Hi, I'm Max Steele. You've seen me in such fine quality educational videos as Vapors, it's such a gas, and oh no, I'm under pressure. Is it all because of gas? All right, today we're going to look at Boyles Law and looking at solving a couple of Boyles Law problems. One of those, ladies and gentlemen, what is Boyles Law? Well, Boyle came up with this idea about pressure and volume and the connection that they have with each other if the temperature was kept the same. Yep, so there was a simple formula that they used, okay? And that formula was pressure 1, volume 1 is equal to pressure 2, volume 2. So if the problem ever mentions a temperature in there, you can safely ignore it because the temperature is the same. It does not affect the outcome here. Now the idea about Boyle's Law is if the pressure goes up, then the volume is going to go down. That's the way it works. If the volume goes up, then the pressure goes down. This is what they call an inverse relationship. When one goes up, the other goes down. If the other goes up, then the other one has to go down. That's the relationship with Boyle's Law. Okay, let's take a look at some problems here. So I have here 4 liters of a gas are under pressure of 6 atmosphere. What will be the volume of the gas at 2 atmosphere? Okay, so let's look at it. We had 4 liters of gas at 6 atm, and then they're asking how many atm when you have 2 liters. Now, of course, the question comes down to is, how can you tell which volume is connected? How can you tell which volume is connected to which pressure? Well, the key thing that you've got to look at here is you look at the volume and then you look at the pressure, that there's some kind of a connection. And it says here 4 liters of the gas are under a pressure of. So that means that these are connected with each other. And then, of course, the second one is what is the volume of the gas at 2 atmosphere? So you have a volume that's connected to this pressure. Now, how would I know that? If I look at the word at is the key word to look at. Okay? When you're looking at, there's a connection between the volume and the pressure. Okay? So let's go back to our problem here, and it said 2 atmosphere. Okay, so I'm sorry, wrong thing here. Okay, now we got it. Now we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this in. So P1, V1, well, this is going to be our V1 and our P1, and P2, V2, well, we don't know what V2 is. That's our question mark, but we have our 2 atmosphere. So it'll be 4 times 6 is equal to 2x. Okay, and we just solve for x, and that's where the algebra is going to come in. So 24 is equal to 2 times x. Okay, 24 divided by 2, so 12 is going to equal x. So x is going to equal 12 liters. That is our final answer for this one Boyle's Law problem. Okay, let's go ahead, let's do another one for the sake of argument. Okay, and here's another Boyle's Law problem here. This one here, we have 600 milliliters of a gas is at a pressure of 8 atmosphere. What is the volume of the gas at 2 atmosphere? Now, let's look at our connector. We have our volume and we have a pressure. How do we know that they're connected? Look at your at right here. That is your connecting word. That is going to connect the 8 atmosphere to the 600 milliliter. Okay, so I have 8 atmosphere, 600 milliliter. Oh, that makes it easy. Then we go back. Let's go back to that same problem. And now, what is the volume of the gas? Okay, so we don't know what the volume is. That's what they're asking us to find at 2 atmosphere. Well, here's the thing. This is where the at comes in, at 2 atmosphere. Okay? So, at that point, we can say, all right, the 2 atmosphere is connected with our unknown volume, which is what we are trying to find. Okay? So we have our 2 atmosphere, but we don't know how many milliliters this is. So this is our information that we have. Remember, this is part of problem solving. So if we now have our basic pieces of information, we know that our formula looks like this. So now we just got to go and plug it in. So I know that these two are connected, so it's going to be 8 times 600 is equal to 2 times x. And I just went ahead and I took these numbers and I plugged them into the formula here. And guess what? We're going to have 4,800 is equal to 2x. As we continue to do the algebra, let's go ahead and we're going to say 4,800 divided by 2 is equal to 2x divided by 2, because we're doing it to the same side of the equal sign. And in the end, we have 4,800 divided by 2 is 2,400 is equal to x. That's it. So our final answer here is 2,400 milliliters. And if you think about it, this thing got squeezed down by a factor of 4, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. If this is going to be multiplied, then this is going to be divided out. This is going to multiply, because remember the thing about Boyle's Law. If one goes up, the other has to go down. That's the inverse proportional to each other. Hey, I'm hoping that this helped out. Now, there are some problems where you may have to change from one pressure to another, or if they don't mention the pressure at all, pick the easiest one to work with, and that would be atmosphere. It would be so easy. And don't forget, standard pressure is the pressure at the beach. The vamos a la playa, oh, oh, oh. That's it. Signing off.